What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy, Bemmy or whatever. I don't even know what my intro is, but it is my second time recording this video. I'm trying to get better at like doing first takes, and like when I talk, like I get more of an idea of like what I want to talk about. So it's like, it's a good warm up, but it's a waste of time. Not gonna lie, like I need to like kind of like pre-plan what I'm gonna talk about more often now instead of just like coming in here because I'm gonna learn from. I just learned from that. Like I just spent like 20 minutes talking. It was a full-on yap session. I mean, these videos are full-on yap sessions, so it doesn't matter. I'll be yapping. Honestly, like outside, like I seem introverted. Like I'm not a talkative person when you don't know me, but I'm fucking annoying when I get to a certain extent of knowing you. Like I do not shut up. Like I just yap all the time. So I have that like Mr. Know-It-All thing. So it's like it's bad, and I don't. That's why I keep my mouth shut. Which is a bad thing. It's like it's weird. I don't think that way, but it just kind of just comes out of my mouth. Like I can't like control what I'm saying sometimes. So it's like I just say it. Um, even though it's wrong, like misinformation, like I'm spreading propaganda. But like I was just thinking, like whenever I was, I spent that 20 minutes, it's like I was talking about like, when I first started like working out, lifting and all that stuff. Like I specifically remember like, me and my friend would, he inspired me to lose weight. I pretty mentioned this in the video earlier, but one of the videos earlier, you can go watch that. It's one of the two. I don't know. It's whatever weight loss ones I've done. But I specifically remember when we first started working out, like I just went with him, and like I didn't really like lifting at the time. I wasn't really trying because I think I was weighing like almost like 300 pounds, I think, and I definitely weighed 300 pounds at that time. No, wait, no, I didn't. No, I was down like 20 pounds. I started lifting when I was at ASU. I keep forgetting that. I don't know why. But I started lifting at ASU. I lost like 20 pounds because I was more active, and I was eating less. I started like it's good to know what you're doing, but like you just need to fucking go do it. Like just do it. Like you can't prep yourself enough, because there's a difference between learning out of a book and doing stuff. So it's like I don't know, but I just started going to the gym at ASU. Like I would just do everything, and I would go like shit. I remember like I would lift, then I would go do cardio, or I was a big dude, but I was like an athletic big dude, but I was also super slow at running. I didn't get that shit, but like I was able to play basketball pretty well. I was able to like play soccer because like I was, and I had a lot of muscle mass for my size, I think too. I got lucky. But like I think that's what it attributes to why I weigh quite a bit. But like anyways, I would do that, and then like do cardio. Then I would because I used to like just I also used to longboard everywhere for being that fucking big too. I'm surprised my longboard never fucking snapped. That shit held me. I can't believe how big I was, and I was riding a longboard. I don't know, but anyways, like I was riding a longboard. That's how I was getting to class at the time at ASU, because I was staying in one of the dorms. I forgot what it was called. I think it's called Irish Hall. It's like the oldest dorms on ASU. Super fucking old. It's terrible. And it was nice too, because like, well, my roommate at the time, like he ended up transferring from like Penn State and moved out here, and he ended up like having Crohn's, and so then he ended up going back. It was just too much for him because like he was an architect major, so like being an architect major, you have to have like almost like a perfect, like you have to have like perfect scores to stay in the program, like a 3.6 or higher. And but they just wanted to, and then he decided to move back to Pennsylvania, and so I ended up getting the dorm to myself, which was pretty nice, honestly. It was super cool. My setup was cool as fuck. Like I got to use 2 of those desks and like kind of made my own L-shaped desk and then like all that kind of stuff. And but bad thing is I just stayed in my room all the time, and then I'd go out, hang out with friends, but like at the same time I wasn't meeting any new people except for like people from my classes. Sometimes like I'd go out and do some comedy stuff a few times, and then like we'd go out to like what was it? I forgot what it was called. Whatever the Phoenix Art District thing is, we'd go downtown and do that sometimes. And I don't even know what happened to those guys. I wonder where they're at. But I was in film school, so it's like, and it's kind of a joke, honestly. But the more that I think about it, it was pretty easy. I remember like specifically like the guy that was like my creative director for creative writing, and I forgot what he was, like a writer for some ABC shows, and he thought like my stuff was funny, which was pretty awesome. But then he's like, I can't wait for the last thing from you. I was like, all right. It was shitty. It wasn't that good. Like I didn't like go off of it, because it was more of like a sketch. It was like a sketch comedy show, like, because it is creative writing, right? It was like a storytelling thing, so it's like a combination of those two. It's like you could choose whatever, and then like, you know, mine was more comedy stories, and he thought it was funny, so, which was good. And but I, you know, stopped. I just went off tangent. But anyways, like if we're going to go back to longboarding, but yeah, I would longboard everywhere pretty much. And like all my classes were there on the side of campus, and like if you know ASU, like that campus is massive. It's like a city. I don't think any college is that big. Maybe Ohio State. I don't know, but it doesn't feel like an actual college, you know, if you go there, but it does at the same time. It's weird to explain. But then I started walking to class instead, because like that worked. I lost like 20 pounds, 30 pounds in like the matter of like 4 months, and I didn't really even change my diet, like, honestly. I just started moving more, which helps. And then I think whenever like I started like first working out, you know, more often, so like I ended up moving back home, and then I started going to Planet Fitness, all that stuff. And Planet Fitness was like, it's Planet Fitness, but honestly I wouldn't go back there. But it's worth it. I mean, it's cheap. You can do everything there. Save a lot of money. It's like you only need to pay $10, so it's like it's pretty worth it for its negative rep. I just wouldn't touch anything in the bathroom. That's the only thing. I mean, any gym bathroom. Don't be walking around barefoot like these old people in there. It's disgusting. But you know, going on, like, you know, like when I first lifted, it wasn't good. Like my form was always terrible. I was always afraid to do stuff. I didn't want to learn. I was too afraid to like do all that stuff, and I was afraid to ask people for help. And you know, I'd go on YouTube, look at stuff, and like I was lucky enough to like, because my friend was like really good at lifting, he was able to like kind of help me in that regard, and like show me what to do and all that stuff. And like and even in high school, like I had a lifting coach who was like he was like a power lifter, like competitive power lifter, so it was like I was able to get some pointers from that guy at the time. That was my football team, so that guy, I think he was like a preacher. Like now that I remember, like I forgot about that. But you know, I kind of learned that stuff from him, and then you know, friend on top of that. So you know, me and him would like work out 3 hours a day, because he was like, you know, technically a professional athlete, and he had to work out more than compared to other people because he was a big dude. So he was trying to lose all this weight over the summer, because like his first year, I mean, he already did, but then he was like, for him to like, in order to play still, like he had to lose a lot more weight, which he did. Like he got down to like 180, 170. He got super fucking skinny. And because like we were both the same way. Like we both weighed like 300 pounds at one point, but we're both like these athletic fat dudes who were able to do like things that we're not supposed to do for our height and weight. So, And but you know, like going off that stuff, like we'd just go to the gym like 3 hours, 4 hours a day. And man, dude, I don't even know how I would do that. Like I would do that, and then I would go sleep for a few hours, and then go to work, and then take a nap, and then do the same thing over and over again. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of miss that. That was a fun thing. That was some fun times. And then eventually, I had to leave. So then I had to work out by myself. And then you know, I kind of learned from that. You know, and the more that I went to the gym, kind of developed my own program and all that stuff, and did my own thing, and continued to lose weight. And I became so obsessive with losing weight. It was terrible. Like I got to the point where I was eating like 1,200 calories, like 13, 14, and then like I would have like this huge binge of eating like 10,000 calories, like nothing. Like it was terrible. And I would go eat to the point where my stomach was like, it was painful. Like it was so painful. And I've never felt that way since. I haven't ate like that ever again. But I was like, also like, and then like, moving forward, because like I was working at JCPenney, I was like doing all that stuff like that, or when I was working out with my friend, like, and I was moving around the store like all day, I was stocking things, doing sales stuff, going on the truck, taking things out, so fairly active, very active, and like work shit, like, that job was hard, the more that I think about it, and like, and I do not miss that job, but but like, that helped me stay relatively active, and I was moving a lot more and all that stuff, and like, that's what you need to do, like, don't be sedentary, because that's the big thing I've seen. Like, go do your cardio, go work out, do something healthy, because like, you're not gonna lose weight. Like, increasing activity is good, and your diet, of course, diet makes or breaks your physique at the end of the day, but like, also being active can really help too, and but going back to that stuff, like I would do all that stuff, and then I can't specifically remember like what I would do for cardio at the time. I think I would just do this. I think I just would do like the stair climber, or like the stationary bike, and that was it. Then I would just work out, and then I think I got to a point where like I weighed like 200 pounds, like what I weigh right now. But I wasn't like my body wasn't as defined. Like I could see my veins in my arms now at the weight as compared to last time. Because like right now I weigh like, I've already dropped like 10 pounds. And so anyways, like, I was like, I ended up moving out. Me and my brother moved in together, and like I ended up failing my anatomy and physiology class at the time whenever I was here, and it was a combination of family issues, so I got an F in that class. I failed my second semester of anatomy and physiology. And so like I was like, shit, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I'm just gonna take the semester off and just work and focus on losing the rest of this weight. And I did that. Like, I was so obsessive with losing weight, it was pretty bad. Like, I would get up at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, go to the gym. I would do my first lifting session. Then I would do cardio for 45 minutes, go to work. I worked at Macy's, so like I was doing the same thing. And Macy's is a way bigger store too. It's like 2 stories. And I did like the signage stuff, and which could take all day. It just really depends, because like you'd go to the top and bottom, and then like just stock things sometimes. Just really dependent on the day. But I would do that, and then what was I thinking? And then I'd go back for a second time. Like I would do another like kind of like a lifting, like more of like calisthenics type of thing. But it wasn't a lot. Like I was just doing like pull-ups and like sit-ups and stuff like that. Well, don't do sit-ups. Sit-ups are bad. Do crunches. But I would do that kind of stuff. And and I'm just like thinking about how the fuck, and then I would do another like 30 minutes of cardio. Like I would do like, I think I would do like 20 minutes on the Stairmaster, and then I would run a mile on the treadmill after. And I was able to keep that up for a relatively like a good amount of time. And like, I don't even know how I did that. And I mean, because I was only focused on doing that stuff, so it makes sense, because like I put all my focus into that. And like my diet was like perfect. Like I was eating like just chicken breast, not perfect, just fucking terrible. Chicken breast, broccoli, and like that kind of stuff. And like, yeah, I lost a lot of weight. Got to like 160, but like, but yeah, but eventually I got to a point where like, you know, I had like a 6-pack, and like, but I had, you know, I had a lot of loose skin. And so it was just like, it's just hard seeing the loose skin sometimes. And it's just like, it can really trick your mind, right? And like, you can't really tell, like, you know, because body dysmorphia type thing, you're gonna get that, you're gonna feel that way, because you're gonna be like, I can be skinnier, like, type of thing. But I was thinking about that, but you know, so fast forward, I ended up taking anatomy and physiology my second semester. And you know, and I was thinking about, like, because like before that my grandma passed away, and you know, I remember talking to her, and then like prior to that, because I was just like telling her I was just having a hard time, like, with all this stuff, because like she had a fucking tough life too. Her, you know, her first husband died in a car accident, which was my grandpa, and I never met him. Like, he died when my dad was 5, so she had to raise and dealt with like a bunch of like shitty, like abusive, like ex-husband after that. It was like just a dickhead apparently. So and you know, I talked to her about that stuff, and I was just like, I don't know what I want to do. And you know, she's like, so what do you want to do? I'm like, I'm like, I always like, you know, she's like, you're a nice person, dude. Like, that's how she said it. She's like, be a doctor or something. Because she was like a chill person. Like, my grandma was like, you know, she was interesting, right? She was like a huge like Giants fan, and then like all that kind of stuff. And like, California is a very chill person, very nice, very extroverted person. Like, she talked to everyone. I mean, both of my grandmas are that way, but she would do that too. And and you know, it was pretty funny. She was so, you know, that kind of thing. And you're like, and then she ended up passing. So I was like, you know, I'm going to take anatomy and physiology, and I'm going to do the best in the class. And that's what I did. And I, you know, studied, I locked in, but I was only taking one class, and I was working at the time. And, you know, it wasn't that bad. Like, because that was the first time, like, I didn't know how to do well in school. Like, I didn't know how to study up until that point. And, like, I'm still learning about how to study correctly, because I'm fucking retaking the MCAT. And, you know, I ended up, like, you know, doing well on the exams. Like, I was getting, like, 98s and all that stuff. But, like, the other thing was like, the people in my class were, like, all nursing students. So, except for me, I think. I don't know. But yeah, no, I specifically remember then, you know, going into, like, and because, like, look, I had a good anatomy and physiology professor, and before that I didn't. But this one was really good. Like, she would talk, she would spend time with you, she would actually, like, acknowledge you. And then she also had a PhD, so that, you know, it kind of confirms that she really enjoys it, and she enjoys doing research about it. And, like, you know, doing the anatomy and physiology labs were so fun and all that stuff. But, you know, like, at the time, I still didn't have the confidence of, like, wanting to be a doctor, because there were so many different things that I struggled in, you know. And, like, the weight loss thing, I was pretty big, and, like, you know, like, a lot of, like, confidence, no confidence, no anything, because I felt dumb, right? Because, like, and, you know, this is a different story. Like, I'll explain that, but like, you know, I ended up getting an A, and then, like, at that time, like, I ended up getting my goal weight too. So then I did a bulk, and, you know, and after that, like, that's a different story. So what I'm saying is, like, you know, pretty much, like, you losing weight, like, you need to, like, go through that to kind of get an idea of how to lose weight and how your body works. Like, you have to, like, take it to, like, a crazy limit. And I mean, not to the point when you're gonna die, but you just need to know your limit. You need to know, like, how far can you take yourself to that extent. And, like, I did. And so like, and I know that I can do that again, but just be smart and don't hurt yourself. And yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end the video right here. I spent like 40 minutes making this video. I'm gonna pre-plan next time and like write it on paper what I want to talk about, because like I wasted like 40 minutes before this, so I've been in the car for like almost an hour, so it's like I can't do that again. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna finish this coffee. I'm already on my cut again, so I'm just drinking black coffee. That's first thing. Another pointer is cut out anything caloric and like anything that has calories when you're drinking something, because that's like a lot of, because that's like I was putting like creamer and stuff in my, and it's like 300 calories, so that's 300 calories off your diet. That's good. Whatever. Anyways, all right, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.